going to start doing local recordings on here. Remember, like they do on Riverside, which Valen gets all excited about. They're going to start doing it on StreamYard. Yay! Yeah. So that's
Hi, everybody.
Be great.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
We're having a conversation with each other. So inappropriate. Hello. Don't mind us.
Don't mind us. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good Thursday morning. Good Thursday. It's Thursday, right? It's Thursday morning.
It is Thursday. And the Republicans officially have the House.
Look at that.
So that's exciting. I mean, it is by a sliver, but
doesn't matter. Listen, a win is a win is a win. I look at it like football. Doesn't matter. If you win the football game, it goes down as a win. It doesn't matter.
That's exactly right.
Quit talking to me about the score. I don't care. I don't care.
It's right. That's exactly right. Also, in a vote of 37-10, Republicans have decided that McConnell needs to stay right where he is as the minority leader of the Senate.
Okay.
So nothing has changed.
Even though we kind of want it. We kind of want it.
Right.
But that's okay.
That has not changed.
But like we said yesterday, we're going to get behind him, right? We're going to,
that's
go, right. McConnell.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So we're going to do that. You guys, I need to share with you something super, super cool I found out about masterspas.com/chicks. Master Spa has a Facebook page. And remember last time we talked about them, I told you how they had like the super helpful blog and they have knee exercises. And for people like me that have bad knees, like they rip, you can hear my knees rip every time I squat. Like it's
pretty bad. I've been there.
Bad.
I've been in the same room. It's kind of gross.
It's gross.
It's gross.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're considering a hot tub or a swim spa because you want something that's absolutely zero impact for your bad knees, your bad shoulders, whatever bad joints you might have, they also have this cool Facebook page. And I wanted to show you what I found. They were showing one of their representatives in a swim spa demonstrating a knee exercise. Look at how cool this is, you guys.
You've seen before, but it's such a good one that we put it back in here. So what we're going to do is Mary's going to get her foot on that and hold it at the bottom, hopefully without letting that thing shoot up out of the water like a rocket and hit her in the face.
It would totally hit me in the face.
It's going to shoot up like a rocket, hit you in the face.
Mary's not holding on to the side.
But this looks like such a good exercise.
So what she's doing is she's lifting that knee. Might be better if...
That's actually really good for somebody that has knee issues. Yeah.
Slowly. And it wants to wobble. You can see it wobble.
But it would shoot you in the face. It would totally shoot. It would shoot you right in the face. Yeah.
Totally.
And I hear it. And you know what I do? I look at it, I go, oh my God, it shot you in the face. I mean, because I totally
would.
Because I'm a great friend like that. That's what I would do.
I mean, it would be bad. You guys, one time that happened to me with a Thigh Master. There was a Thigh Master in Terry Stacy's office at WIBC. And like, I was like, oh my God, I remember these. And I started to do it and just right up into my face.
Right up in her face. Right.
Anyway, my point is that what Master Spa is so good at is showing all of these helpful tools, not just about things you can get, the ways that you can use your spa or your hot tub or whatever, your swim spa, but they also have all kinds of helpful tips about how you can organize it in your yard. Like if you want ideas about landscaping around a swim spa or a hot tub, they have so much information. It's just the greatest website, the greatest like customer service experience all the way around. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you go to masterspas.com/chicks, you can get a coupon for $1,000 off of a Michael Phelps swim spa, top of the line, or $500 off of any hot tub. So check them out. No obligation. You can just print off the coupon, save it for later if you want. But it's just a really cool website. Very, very proud to have them as a sponsor.
We really are. Or, if you're like me, you can just drink in it. There, you can just do that. Okay. You guys, we have 30 tickets left at our meet and greet. That's it. 30 tickets. That's not a lot. You guys, we want to meet you. So if you want to come to our meet and greet, you can just search for Camp Tono on our website and buy a ticket and come see us in Phoenix in April 29th. Do it. Come meet us.
Very, very excited.
It's going to be very exciting.
So excited. Okay. There is a lot to get to in addition to just mentioning the fact that we've won the House and that McConnell has been reinstated as minority leader. Apparently, Nancy Pelosi is going to be making some sort of announcement today on her future. And it's either going to be that she's going to stay there in Congress, or that she's going to be turning the seat over to her daughter. Either way,
oh my God,
we've got Pelosi to deal with, you guys.
That's going to be interesting,
So,
don't you think?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Be
What
very,
do you think she's going to do?
I kind of feel like she's going to leave. I kind of feel like it's like now that she can use her husband as an excuse, she's got to be caretaker. She's no longer speaker.
She's out of there.
I don't know. I'm feeling like she might be out of there.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see where she's probably out of there. Yeah, and she can be sort of like martyrish about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because because they love to play the whole victim card, you know.
Right.
She can do that, and she's like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, that's supposed to happen sometime today. And then also, I just wanted to mention to those people who are in or around the Idaho University area, I was watching the news about that horrible stabbing that took place with the students at Idaho University. They still don't know who did it. They literally have no leads on these 4 vicious murders. And yesterday the police gave the press conference and they were like, we would like to be able to tell this community that you're safe, that there's no more danger, but you're not safe.
Yeah.
There is danger because whoever did this is out there. We don't know who it is. And to me, it feels very Ted Bundy-ish. You know what I mean? Like some guy just randomly slashing 4 students to death, and they're just out and about.
Yeah. As a parent, this terrifies me too, because, you send your kids off to college and you think, okay, it's sort of an insulated world at college.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's so completely terrifying, that. And then, we had that shooting the other day, there was the shooting. I don't know, it's terrifying as a parent.
It's just a bad time. So anyway, just really thinking about all the people in that area, because I know how scary that has to be. I can't even imagine. Okay, so there's so many stories to get to and so many things that we have to cover today, that especially when it comes to this whole, Russian missile. Was it a Russian missile that hit Poland? Was it a Ukrainian missile that hit Poland? The U.S. Pretty much the working theory now is that it was a Ukrainian missile that somehow got misdirected and it landed in Poland and killed 2 farmers. And that is really, really bad. We know that Zelensky was out as soon as news broke that a missile hit. He was like, World War III, everybody needs to, this is a NATO thing, and this is a NATO territory, and therefore NATO needs to act. And now everybody needs to get involved in World War III, which is, calm down, Zelensky. First of all, you need to calm down.
He's being kind of a jerk because he wants everybody to like join in his little war party, and we're not going to do that. Of course, everybody here, and I'd say everybody, all the people on the left side are like, let's just keep, giving them money. Well, maybe we could give them some guns or some weapons, but why do we have to keep pouring money over there? Why do we have to keep doing that? And can we have an itemized list of exactly what this money's being used for? I'm a taxpayer. I'd like to see that. Can I see that?
No, you're not.
No, I never get to see that. I never get to see that. No.
So Tucker did a segment about this. I'm not going to play the entire thing, but just the important part about how it was determined that it was a Ukrainian missile and not actually a Russian missile. And somebody made a great point. This is like a separate headline. This is not part of the clip you're about to see, but someone else made the point. Putin is already like barely not, he's not winning this war, right? I think he thought this was going to be 2 weeks. He'd have control of the Ukraine. It'd be over with. Ukraine has put up quite a fight thanks to us and thanks to other countries who've helped them arm up. But why would Russia, if you think about it, why would they all of a sudden attack a NATO territory in the way that this happened, like by killing 2 farmers on a non-military target, and start war with the world when they can't even deal with Ukraine? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that
I know exactly.
No sense.
Totally, which is why I think this is pretty obvious what this was. So this is the thing.
So here's Tucker breaking it down a little further about how they sorted out what happened with this missile.
And they noticed the ordnance was an S-300 system. Now, the S-300 system is only being used by the Ukrainian military, not the Russians. So it could not have been a Russian military attack. Somehow, Ukraine had bombed Poland and killed people. That's true. And within a day, the Pentagon, NATO, even the government of Poland all were forced to admit that. That's what happened. Ukraine did it. But here's the interesting thing, and the thing that is relevant to us. Ukraine never admitted that. Zelensky kept lying on television. So when you run a country where the free press has been banned, as it has been in Ukraine, you may not realize that the rest of the world is not required to believe you. You can't throw them all in jail. So he kept telling you what you knew was not true. Quote, I have no doubt that this is not our missile, he said today.
My God.
I believe that this was a Russian missile based on military reports. Again, that's not only untrue, it's a lie that could get millions of Americans killed. So you have to ask yourself, is it time to stop backing this guy? Could the risk be too high? He's lying on purpose to get us into a war? Maybe he's not worth supporting in the first place. Maybe he's just another corrupt Eastern European strongman in a tracksuit getting as rich as he can from American handouts.
I mean,
it's a great point. I mean, that was beautifully stated. Beautifully stated. And then, of course, you know, so many people on the left are like, oh, my God, he's in bed with Russia. You know, Tucker's in bed with Russia for saying those awful things about this guy he's so hot.
And Sean Penn loves him.
He does.
So...
He gave him his Oscar, you guys. He gave him the Oscar. And Zelensky, look at him. He has muscles. He's so gorgeous. He's good. He was a star in his own country. He also was a celebrity, you guys. Don't make fun of him. Don't say mean things about him, or you're colluding with Russia. And this is what they do. I mean, if you dare to say anything about this guy, they say that you're somehow on Russia's side, which is a complete bunch of bullcrap. It's ridiculous at this point. It is gone to the point of ridiculousness. It's like, okay, so I'm just supposed to just keep giving you my money and then be willing to what? Get into some sort of crazy war with Russia because this guy is like, no, it wasn't ours. It wasn't.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like the people who are saying if you are not supporting Ukraine, that you are supporting Russia.
Right.
I don't support either of them. How about that?
Precisely. Precisely.
I mean,
that is exactly how so many feel. How about we don't support either one of them?
Yeah.
And we support us. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? God.
Okay. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. The other big story that has been going on this entire week is this entire thing about FTX. Okay. So FTX, we talked about it earlier in the week, and that is that guy, what's his name? Sam Blankman-Fried. Sam Blankman-Fried was the CEO of this FTX, this Bitcoin thing. And the whole thing exploded over this weekend. He's already filed for bankruptcy. And there's all kinds of sketch behavior, not just from Sam, but from all of the people surrounding him, because he ended up taking all this money, piling tons of it onto Democrats and their candidates and their elections. And then days later, all of a sudden, I can't, all that money is gone. Sorry, investors.
I'm going to go to Bahamas. I'm off to the Bahamas. See ya. Bye.
Right. And now he's trying to sell his $40 million Bahamian mansion because he's trying to raise money because he's in a big fat bunch of trouble. Well, now he's blaming his ex-girlfriend, that little rat-faced girl that he used to date, because he gave a whole bunch of money to her shady ass company. And then that shady ass company lost all of this money. He loaned it to her company. Now there are text messages coming out that show himself. He's admitting out loud to being unethical, to not having any morals. And so he's in a world of hurt. I hope that there is some accountability. And Jesse Waters did a breakdown of what's going on with this that I thought was very well done. Here's the first little piece.
Sam Bankman-Fried, who just robbed investors in broad daylight. 1 million people woke up, their life savings vanished. Over $2 billion of FTX's clients' money, poof. Is Mini Madoff behind bars? No, he's chilling in the Bahamas. Biden's not even trying to extradite him. Why would he? He gave Joe $10 million in 2020 and spent over $40 million more on Democrats in the midterms. This Ponzi schemer's dirty money bought Democrats the Senate. He's their second largest donor, just behind Soros. This Mini Madoff crypto king is throwing it in our face, too. He's still, right now, trying to raise money. He just lost $32 billion, and he's asking for more. And not only that, the guy slept with his whole staff. He was in a polyamorous relationship with 10 of his top executives in his penthouse office in the Bahamas, which happens to be a notorious tax haven. Now, how is it that this guy hasn't been Me Too'd? CEOs have been canned for flirting with their secretaries, but this CEO has sex with his entire office at the office? Where's Gloria Allred? Where's any of these Democrats? How can you have office orgies in corporate America and raid millions of dollars from clients at the same time and not get arrested? $2 billion is gone because of a guy who makes Les Moonves look like a choir boy. And the head of the Congressional Finance Committee, Democrat Maxine Waters, no relation, just doesn't seem very interested.
It's crazy too. Like, look at the way he looks.
Oh,
he looks like he looks like a stoned frat guy,
and he's got that voice that sounds just like who is that guy? Nick, what's his name? That he ran for like Senate or Congress in Oregon. The writer, we wrote about him in our book. Nick Kristof has that really weird voice.
Like? Really?
Yes.
He looks like he just crawled out of a frat house after a bender, and people on the left are just like, yeah, let me give you my money. Like, I mean, he was hobnobbing with Bill Clinton. Surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean, surprise, you guys.
Tom Brady and Giselle, they're all being sued by the investors because they did ads for this guy.
Right.
They totally were in his pocket.
He had a huge Super Bowl ad. You know how much those things cost to get to get 30 seconds at the Super Bowl. It's gajillions of dollars. I mean, this guy had a Super Bowl ad. He was like the darling. They were calling this guy the next Warren Buffett. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. They made him the darling of the Democrats, of the left. I mean, they just propped this guy. It's like he was the Avenatti for a while. This is what they do with these guys is They prop him up and they make him brilliant. He's like this financial brilliant guy. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, you know, we didn't say anything. We didn't prop him up. We didn't do that. Yeah, you did. You totally did. You did that. And now you gotta face the music because you did that. So what are you gonna do about it now? Because we all saw you do it. And this guy's a complete loser, scammer, criminal. So what are you going to do about it?
This is the kind of stuff that makes me glad that we have the slim majority, right? Because I feel like the House will actually look into this.
Let's hopefully. Let's hope to God that they do. Let's hope to God that somebody in there has like a sliver of balls and they do something about it. Because this is the kind of stuff that makes Americans crazy.
Yeah.
Like rational thinking Americans, because we see this and we're like, is anybody gonna like do something about this? Because it's not okay.
It's not okay. Yeah. But you know what is okay? Bonefrog coffee.
Oh my God, it's so okay, you guys. It's the thing that gets us through.
Seriously. I got an email from Anna Thomas, and Anna Thomas wrote, Mock and Daisy, I took your advice, and this 50-year-old Tennessee gal got boned, and I'm glad I did. Hell, my hubby is happy about it too. He just asked me to not say that he got boned. And she says, I too am a coffee snob, and I can tell you I have found my new favorite. Thank you for turning me on to getting boned. And she's not wrong. That's the thing about Bonefrog. I know, like, listen, it's cool that they have like this cool little, symbol that they use. And it's cool that they give part of their proceeds to Navy SEAL causes and to veterans causes. And it's super cool that they were founded by a former Navy SEAL, 25-year veteran. That is all super cool.
All cool.
But it tastes freaking amazing. Yeah. And that's the best part.
I am the biggest coffee snob, and this is the best coffee. Hands down. Best coffee. You guys will love it. Like, seriously, order some. You will love it. You will be addicted. It is the best. The absolute best.
If you order a subscription, if you get yourself a subscription so that it just keeps coming every month and you don't have to think about it, you're going to get 5% off when you say that you heard about them from Chicks on the Right. There's like a little drop down that they'll ask you to say, hey, how did you hear about us? And you'll be like, oh my God, I totally heard about you from the Chicks. And then you'll get a personal note in the mail, and then you'll fall in love, and like everything about them is going to be your new favorite thing. I'm just telling you, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Awesome. You guys, it's a great Christmas present too. All these really great sponsors we have, but this is a really great Christmas present. Who doesn't love coffee on Christmas morning? Hello.
Tea holders The heat holders, you get coffee and heat holder. You get K-cups and heat holder socks in your stocking. Oh my God.
The best. You're right.
Slam dunk.
That is a slam dunk.
Slam dunk.
You guys check out our link tree too, chicksontheright.com/chicks. And that is our, is that right? Did I do that right? Yes. chicksontheright.com/links. I'm sorry. Did I say chicks? I meant links. chicksontheright.com/links. That's our link tree. It's pink. It's fabulous. It has all of our stuff. It has all of our socials, which you want to be checking out. I do our Instagram. She does our Twitter. And our Twitter's picking up now that Elon, I actually like Twitter now. I used to hate it. I'm starting to like it. It's kind of fun out there. People are snarkier. I'm really digging it. So you guys should check that out. It's our link tree. Check it out and go there often. See all of our stuff. Link tree.
So you were just talking about how creepy the FTX guy is. You're going to hear a little of his voice in the second clip of Jesse Waters talking about this whole thing and how it gets even weirder because the dad of the rat-faced ex-girlfriend is the head of the SEC. So,
oh my God.
I know. And he just he has apparently a public calendar. He literally the day before all of this went down, he had lunch with that disgusting freak guy. And so Jesse talks about that. And then you hear a little bit of that guy's voice. And it's just like, it's the kind of voice that sends shivers. Are you ready? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay. Minnie Madoff knows no one's touching him. The Democratic Party and regulators, they're all on his side. Who's the head of the SEC? Oh, Gary Gensler. Gary was just having lunch with Minnie Madoff right before he stole everyone's cash. And Gary's old boss was the father of Minnie Madoff's office girlfriend.
Unbelievable.
When Gary was asked about it, he squirmed.
Sam Bankman-Fried, it appears from your calendar, on March 29th, 2022 at 4 p.m. came in and actually met with you. Do you feel like you were hoodwinked?
I think we've been clear in these meetings, and you can look at my calendar's public, many meetings with folks in this industry.
Yeah, okay. So what was the head of the financial regulation shop doing helping a scam artist?
Oh my God.
Well, they were trying to game the system together, find loopholes to give Minnie Madoff more wiggle room. And it was never a secret.
I mean,
shoot. I thought I had the clip of where he talks. I guess I don't.
I don't know. Is that guy an actual lizard? Like, is he that dude? What is that? I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, he kind of deserves it. He deserves it at this point. He deserves a little bit of doesn't he? At this point, because heads should roll.
Oh yeah, without question, they should roll. Oh my
God,
so
many heads should roll. It's
all the heads.
All of them. All the heads. So sick of this crap.
I know, but hopefully there will be a congressional look into of this because there's tons of just regular American consumers who were screwed. And by the way, FTX, you may think, oh, I'm not involved in Bitcoin. I've never invested in Bitcoin. It's going to affect the entire market because what happens when all those people lose their money is that they start cashing out things that aren't Bitcoin, which that's the rest of the market. And then all of our stocks, all of our 401ks, all of our IRAs are impacted. We all hurt from this.
Joe Q taxpayers, retirement is affected by this. So just a regular schmoes, actual savings is affected by this. They're not affected, but a regular person's savings is affected. So, Lizard Man needs to suck it,
Look at this. Kelly's
me too.
Mark safe from not investing in crypto. Same.
Girl, oh my God, same. I have no interest in that crap, man. Like my daughter asked me about it the other day. She was like, "Mommy, what's crypto?" I'm like, "I don't know, and I don't care. Never. I don't.
No one understands it.
No one understands it. It's totally like the cloud." Don't know.
All right, moving on. We have to mention, and I know you haven't seen this yet, so this is going to be extra fun for you. Joe Biden had a moment yesterday where how sometimes, he's always creepy around girls and women, but sometimes, every now and then, he is also super creepy about guys that are muscular. Yeah. And he did that yesterday. I don't know the context of who he was around, except that the guy who he was making goo-goo eyes at is a Russian. And that was pointed out to him. And the whole thing was super awkward. And so Jesse, makes fun of that. Here it is.
And a few hours later, Biden's team gave him some note cards telling him what to say. And he thinks that Russians weren't responsible. But Biden did see some Russian guns, and he liked what he saw.
By the way, I'm very much worried about this guy's biceps. His biceps are big as my calf. Look at this. There's a man. I hope we're on the same side.
So he's Russian.
I don't care who he is. He's got some real biceps. He called them guns.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you hear Dana Perino? She was like, oh, my God.
She was I love how she's in the background and she's like, no, somebody needs to stop that. I think that was like not supposed to be aired. She had a hot mic. That's so funny. That's
Why
so
is
great.
he so weird? Why?
Yeah. He has severe problems. I think there may be a little bit of swinging the pendulum both ways there with Biden. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying it either, you know? Like a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of
saying that.
you know, on the down low. I'm going to go ahead and float that rumor because why not? Why not float it? Why not?
It's just not normal. It's just not normal behavior. It's freaking weird.
I mean, does your husband do that? Because my husband doesn't do that. My husband doesn't go out and go, oh, that guy, let me see your guns. Come here. I'm really impressed by your guns.
Your biceps
my husband
are amazing.
Right. If my husband did that, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing right now? Because I don't even do that in public. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. Yeah.
Okay. Also, there was a moment that happened at this G20 thing in Bali where you guys, listen, both of these men are detestable. President Xi, more detestable than Justin Trudeau, but still, they're both just awful, awful people. And President Xi dressed down Justin Trudeau on camera. And it was so cringe. And you could tell Justin was like so completely mortified. So I have Tucker and Trace Gallagher making fun of this. It's beautiful.
Trudeau loves China. He talks about it all the time. The other day, he met his hero, Xi Jinping, at the G20. It sadly didn't go very well. It's an amazing story. Fox's Trace Gallagher has it for us. Hey, Trace.
Hey, Tucker, and for Trudeau, this is humiliation on a grand scale, not just because it happened at the gathering of the world's biggest economies and most powerful leaders, but that it happened in public, on camera. And when Chinese President Xi was finished, we did not need a translator to figure out that the prime minister who likes to play dress up got dressed down.
Oh, my God, I love it.
Everything we discuss is leaked to the paper. That's not appropriate. And that's not how the way the conversation was conducted.
If there is sincerity on your part, free and open and frank dialogue, and that is what we will continue to have. We will continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we will disagree on, and we will have
Let's create the conditions first.
I mean, even after President Xi walked away, his translator was still giving Trudeau the what for. And for context, President Xi was angry that an informal conversation between the two leaders a day earlier was leaked to the media. During that meeting, Trudeau raised concerns about what he calls China's interference in Canadian affairs. But remember, the Chinese leader lives in a world with very little dissent. He's about to serve an unprecedented third term, has total control over his military and Politburo, meaning that he has no checks and balances. So really, the only way for the prime minister to challenge President Xi would be for him to call on his alter ego, Geronimo Trudeau.
What a manlet. God.
The prime minister likes to dress up, gets dressed down. There's a reason that Trace Gallagher, in his new job, host of Fox News at Night every weeknight at midnight, is killing it in the ratings. Not surprisingly at all.
Oh my God, what a complete manlet. Did you see the body language too of Xi?
Oh yeah.
He would not, he's like, he wouldn't even look him in the eyes. You know what I mean? He's just like, I have no time for you, you little soy boy. Because I am in charge here. You're not in charge. I'm in charge. I'm in charge now.
Yeah,
so
I'm the
take
captain
all this
now.
Right. So I will be calling all the shots. And you know what? And my translator will too. So he's going to continue to chew you out. My translator is going to do that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was bad. But
Yeah.
also kind of delicious. Like I know
It is
I
kind
have,
of.
listen, I take no sides. I'm just
No.
saying it was a joy to watch.
Yeah, but see what a manlet's a manlet's gonna manlet is gonna manlet.
Mhm.
You know? If you're not gonna be an alpha male, this is what happens. You get trounced.
Yeah. And by
You
the
get-
way, in the 3-hour meeting that Xi had with Biden, Biden did not bring up COVID once. It's like, oh, that's over and done with.
Yeah.
All is forgiven. He
Yeah.
didn't even bring it up.
Why would he? I mean, why does it matter? Who cares about, the numerous people in our country who died at the hands of China?
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter at all. That's just over now. It's water under the bridge. Who cares? Who cares about all the freedom that was lost and all the stuff that happened to us, his people? It doesn't matter because China, I'm going to go ahead and dress up like you. Okay. I love your outfit. I'm going to wear it. These people are despicable. What a bunch of losers. Seriously. Yep. Weak men.
Now, somebody who is not a weak man is Governor DeSantis. He was asked yet again about all of the hullabaloo around Trump's announcing that he's running for president again, around 2024 in general. And you can tell that Governor DeSantis has pretty much had it with this line of questioning. Here he is responding yesterday.
I think we just finished this election. Okay, people just need to chill out a little bit on some of this stuff. I mean, seriously, we just ran an election.
Kind of true. It's true.
We have this Georgia runoff coming, which is very important for Republicans to win that Georgia runoff. I mean, I know around the country, Florida was kind of the biggest bright spot. It was not so bright in many other parts of the country. It was a substandard performance given the dynamics that are at play. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. But I think what people like me who've been given the opportunity to continue is, okay, let's do something with that. And the reason why we won historic victory is at the end of the day, we led, we delivered, and we had your back when you needed us. That is why we won big.
Perfect. Perfect answer. Perfect way to handle these questions from here on out until or if he decides to run.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of, just people who are pundits and stuff like that are probably kind of like, seriously, we're really doing this already? Like, can we just talk about, what's happening now? And he is right. Given all of the stuff that's going on in the country, it was a lackluster performance by a lot of other states. I'm still kind of in awe by how, that's the only way I can describe it, by how lackluster a lot of other people did based on the fact that the country is suffering so badly at the hands of this administration and how just I look around at gas prices and the economy just in general and the border and crime and all this other stuff. And I'm like, and you still voted for Democrats? What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with people in general in this country? Whether, they're just, I just can't believe it. I can't believe there wasn't, listen, I wasn't expecting a tsunami, but I can't believe there wasn't a little bit more of a wave and not so much a trickle that we saw in some places. I just can't. Yeah. And if it was based on abortion, shame on you.
Well, and here's another, another interesting thing that could shape how 2024 goes. I actually expect that because of the gridlock, I mean, Democrats are not going to be able to advance much of any other agenda at this point without the House. And so there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to get stopped by the fact that there is now a split Congress. And because of that, the economy is likely to actually improve. And so which is great. I mean, we all want the economy to improve, but what that does is possibly tell low informed or uninformed people, oh, Biden's doing really good. All of his stuff is working. And that could actually affect negatively how Republicans do in 2024. Yeah. It's just a thing that could happen.
Agreed. So, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a little bit of a scary thing.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, this is where the GOP has to really pummel people with messaging. Yeah. And we've always sucked at that. We've always sucked at being on the offense. We're always on the defense. And that's shame on the GOP. This is where they've got to get better at that. We always just sit back and we're like, oh, no, we're going to wait for we got to wait for the messaging to be teed up and then we'll just like kick back. No, you've got to be on the offense. So do it.
For crying out loud.
Good.
Okay. Are you in a hurry today or do we have time to do a couple more videos before
we can do a couple more? Yeah, we can do a couple more. That's fine.
Okay. Because I wanted to, I know everybody's mad at Mike Pence. I get it. And no one, us included, I don't think we think that he's going to be top-notch, top dog nominee in 2024. I do not see that happening. He is definitely making the case. Like he is out there. He did a town hall with Jake Tapper last night. He is like on every talk show right now, all over the place, talking about his book, talking about everything. And, we talked about him yesterday. We don't need to belabor it, but I did want to play one clip of him in a different interview because I thought it was important to show people that when it comes to January 6th and the commission, and when it comes to that whole retelling of it, he is saying the right thing when it comes to offering testimony to the January 6th committee. And I thought that this was worth sharing because I agree with him on his attitude about this. Listen.
Do you intend to ever sit and answer questions written in person for the January 6th committee? Do you believe, though, that the public deserves that? Is this interview it? Is this book it? Or will you answer questions about that day before Congress?
Well, I shared my heart and I shared my story in this book, and we'll continue to speak openly about it, I expect, to some degree for the rest of my life. But from the time that January 6th was formed, and every member was appointed by the Democrat Speaker of the House, I was concerned.
But your chief of staff spoke to them, Mark Short, your legal counsel, Greg Jacobs, testified.
I'll get to that. But
you don't want to engage with them at all?
No, I served for 12 years in the Congress. It's inconceivable to me that one party would appoint every member of a committee in Congress. That's antithetical to the whole idea of the committee system. That being said, I never stood in the way of senior members of my team cooperating with the committee and testifying. But Congress has no right to my testimony. We have a separation of powers under the Constitution of the United States. And I believe it would establish a terrible precedent for the Congress to summon a vice president of the United States to speak about deliberations that took place at the White House.
So you're closing the door on that entirely?
I'm closing the door on that. But I must say again that the partisan nature of the January 6th committee has been a disappointment to me. It seemed to me in the beginning there was an opportunity to examine every aspect of what happened on January 6th, and to do so more in the spirit of the 9/11 Commission, nonpartisan, non-political, and that was an opportunity lost.
Okay.
I mean,
so he thinks it's a bunch of crap. Yeah. And so translation, it was a bunch of BS.
Well, and translation too, I will not be having Liz Cheney as my running mate.
Right. Exactly. There you go. It's
That's
not going to happen.
happen.
Yeah. One thing I'm going to say is he's never, well, two things. He's never going to be the nominee, you guys. He's never going to be the nominee. It's not going to happen. All right. It's just not going to happen. The second thing I'm going to say is there are a lot of people who are like, he's so fake. He's so fake. No, he may appear fake, but I assure you, we know him. We have actually met him and spent time with him. He's just not fake. He's not. That literally is the way that he is.
That is how he is.
I promise you, it is. That's just how he is. Yeah. I know it's hard to believe, but he is like that in real life. Like
that's how he talks.
Yeah. And he is like a good Christian dude. That's how he is. I promise. It's weird, but it's just the way he is.
It's yeah.
Right. Like he didn't like he's the kind of guy that will not have dinners with other women. He's the kind of guy that's not going to let Mock hug him. Like she hugs people and grabs their faces and face smashes them. He's that guy.
Although
really
I did face smash him against his will.
You did. I don't think he liked it, whereas
he liked it either.
Whereas most dudes are like, they love the face smashing and stuff like that. And he's just not that guy. He's what you see is what you get with him.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there. I will defend him on that, but I will tell you he will not be the nominee. He's just not going to be.
Yeah. But man, is he ever trying? Because he is everywhere right now. Like, wow. Out of control.
I know.
Yesterday, and I'm not going to play the whole clip of this. I might just play a few seconds because it made me so angry to see this. But yesterday was the day that the sentencing happened for Daryl Brooks, the Waukesha murderer, the psychopath that ran over so many people at that Christmas parade. And so yesterday was the sentencing. The judge has clearly had it with him, although how she has tolerated his behavior throughout this entire trial with him defending himself and representing himself as the lawyer. It's such a farce.
Pretty saintly on her part. Yeah.
Well, saintly, but also like, why? Like, cut this crap out. You know what I mean? Don't tolerate this to the extent that you are. Now, finally, he did get sentenced at the end of yesterday. It's finally official. He's going to serve like over 1,000 years in prison. You know what I mean? Like, he's never getting out, like ever getting out. But before the sentence could be read, here's a little bit of what was happening.
Your Honor, I'm confused. I don't understand the true nature and cause of the charges.
Oh my God.
So I can't really consent to being sentenced when I'm still trying to. I don't understand.
God.
It's not a delay tactic. It's not attempting to be disruptive. It's not intended to stop the proceedings. It's my honest opinion.
I mean, this is the kind of nonsense that happened for weeks. They were allowing him to do this. And I'm just like, this is not how this is supposed to work.
Right. Yeah.
Just
bye.
Ridiculous.
Have fun rotting in jail. Have fun.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is he has no remorse. All the victims' families made their impact statements. Mm-hmm. He was rolling his eyes. He was like making hand signals. I mean, he was awful. Yeah. He's just a disgusting piece of crap.
And the judge was so emotional during this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because how could you not be if you're a normal human being, which he is not, clearly.
Oh my God. He's just vile. Okay, one more, and then we're going to get to whack. And the reason that I wanted to play this is simply because Rick Scott's name kept coming up over this last week or so because he was going to make a run for minority leader in the Senate against McConnell. And that didn't pan out, but there was a lot of talk about him. Rick Scott has never been somebody that I am a fan of. I'll just put it that way. Like if I were in Florida, I would have obviously voted for him for Senate again. Like I would do all the things. I would support him as a Republican, but the guy has always given me the heebie-jeebies. I am not going to lie. And it made me remember, this clip is a few years old now, but it made me remember when Anderson Cooper shone a spotlight at how politician-y these politicians can be. And if you want to hear political doublespeak or just like, trying to evade questions, there is no one better at it than Rick Scott. And this, I think seeing this clip years ago is what turned me off of him so long ago, because he's run for literally every office, Congress, Senate, governor, he's done it all, right? And this is the reason that he creeps me out right here.
Did you really think that all of those deputies were off duty?
I'm very proud that last week the police chiefs endorsed me. I'm very proud that 40 sheriffs have endorsed me. I'm very proud of all the support from the law enforcement. We're at a 43-year low in our crime rate. So we invite them to our campaign events, and I'm very appreciative of the ones that came.
But did you think it was a problem to have on-duty law enforcement there?
I'm very appreciative of both their support and those that come to my events.
You didn't answer that question. Should there be discipline?
Look, I'm appreciative of everybody that comes to my events. And gosh, we're at a 43-year low in our crime rate. We should be very supportive of our law enforcement.
So do you think it's okay for them to be there on duty?
I'm very appreciative. Our police chiefs endorsed me last week, the association. 40 sheriffs did. We have law enforcement come to a variety of events and others. And I'm very appreciative of anybody that comes to an event and supports my.
What in the hell?
This is why I've always been like, I can't with that guy. I cannot.
It's like the synapses are going to start like firing in a way where things are going to break. It's like, so is he an alien? Is that what's happening there? Is he too from Leaborg 9? the hell is going on there?
I don't know, but that creeped me out so dramatically.
It should creep you out.
I think the question remains, is he appreciative of law enforcement? Because I was not clear on that.
It's hard to tell, Mock. It's really
Very
hard to tell. I don't know if he's appreciative or not. He also looks like the lead singer of Midnight Oil. Have you guys, you know that song, How Can We Dance When Our Earth is Burning? Do you guys know that song from the 80s?
Oh my
You know what I'm talking about? You know, Beds Are Burning, remember? You guys know that song. You guys are going to be singing it all day today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay.
Anyway, that is why I've always had a problem with Rick Scott. If anybody asks, just point them to that clip.
Listen, and when you run for 15,000 things, Beto O'Rourke, it becomes a problem, you know?
It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
All right. It is time finally for your sack of whack.
All right. You can
share the screen?
If you want to share the screen, you can.
Okay.
It's a guy who drank 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes and his pancreas started eating itself. Okay.
Wow.
You guys. Okay. He put off going to the ER for a little while and then he had all this abdominal pain. Oh, I don't know. You think after you have that many in that short amount of time? Yeah. But he's like, immediately after chugging all 12 energy drinks, I didn't feel well. And so to take his mind off of it, he started playing some video games. And then he was like, you know, a little bit after that, like maybe an hour later, he sought medical attention and he had acute pancreatitis. Okay, so here's the thing. His pancreas started to digest itself as his body struggled to keep up with the pound of sugar and loads of caffeine from the 12 energy drinks. His pancreas was swollen with fluid. It became infected and his liver and kidney started to shut down. So yeah, I mean, that's what happened. He vomited on a nurse's shoes, IV fluids and antibiotics like were pumped into him. And then he was released, but he had pre-diabetes. He ended up having pre-diabetes from this. And I got to tell you guys, I've only had one sip of one of these energy drinks. I can't remember what it was.
Gross.
And I was doing a run. I was doing the Peachtree Road Race in Atlanta. This was just years ago. And they handed me, I think it was a Red Bull during the race. Oh. And I took a sip of it like on mile 3 or something. And I was like, what is this Satan like liquid? And I threw it away. I was like, who drinks this crap? And I've never had one of those ever again. I'm like, what are these things? Who drinks that crap?
They're
seriously
so gross. They're absolutely vile.
If you can die from that, why? It's like, to me, that is whack. Like, I'm not judging what people eat or drink because I eat tacos all the time. I mean, there's things that I eat that I probably shouldn't eat, right? But I'm just saying, if you can die from too many, like in a short period of time, I feel like you probably should not be drinking those. You know?
Well, my favorite part of the story, because he did, it's true. He drank the 12 and he downed them really quickly.
Right.
And then he started feeling bad and he felt heart flutters and back pain. So do you know what he did before he sat down to watch video games? He decides to take a shot of liquor.
Yeah.
What in the hell? So
he's like, that'll calm it down.
Yeah, that'll take care of it.
It'll calm it down. But people do that. But people drink like vodka and Red Bull all the time. That's like a thing in clubs and stuff, right? I mean, I don't know. I haven't been clubbing in a long time, but I feel like that's all the kids do that now, right? I say all the kids because I'm, 50. But all the kids, like when they go to bars and stuff, don't they do that? Don't they have like vodka and Red Bull? That's like the thing.
Oh God, I can't imagine.
Because they like counter. Those. It's like a yin and yang thing, I don't know.
All of that. Ugh. Just don't do that.
Just drink vodka. Just drink vodka by itself, kids. There's your PSA.
Just have some water. You know what I mean? Stay hydrated. Everybody
Here I am.
stay hydrated.
I'm like, just Daisy's like, just drink vodka, and you're like, so much better for you. There you go.
Or just get boned. Honestly, that's what you need to do.
It's so much better. Just straight up coffee, you guys. Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was so whack.
That's pretty whack. That is pretty whack. You guys, it's time for some My Pillow talks. Don't forget sets of towels, the thirsty, scrumptious, scrubby, but not harsh towels from mypillow.com/chicks. Mega sale right now. Tons of mega sales. Actually, there's stuff that's 90% off right now when you use code chicks at mypillow.com/chicks. So go get all your Christmas shopping done. One fell swoop. The singing dog is back. I'm happy to say.
Silent night.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Holy night. Oh.
He doesn't like Christmas music this early. He's really mad. Really mad about it.
He's so mad.
Mm-hmm. So mad. Look at her face.
Very, very mad.
And he's like, what? Why'd you stop?
You guys, I have a lot of dogs today because there's just so many good dogs. So this dog has an actual conversation about not wanting to wake up in the morning with his owner. It's so sweet.
Good morning, sweet boy. No, you don't want to wake up? No. No. Baby. I love you, honey. Okay, we'll go back to bed. Go back. Good morning, sweet boy.
That was like a whole class conversation.
It's so cute. It's really cute.
All right. You know how much I love huskies, okay? I love them. I don't want one personally, but I absolutely love them. And this one is not a screaming one, okay? This has nothing to do with screaming and everything to do with just a look of pure defiance. And now I'm up here on your TV stand. What are you going to do about it?
Oh my God.
I freaking love that thing. Okay. I do have one cat. I forgot to say I have one cat. I have two cats, actually.
Does it have hair? At least
one is a hairless cat. That now I am convinced hairless cats are trying to take over the planet.
They're
after
evil.
This video in particular,
Yep.
but
they're Satan's army. They are Satan's army.
Yes,
that's what they are.
Satan's army. That's exactly right. But first, I wanted everybody to see how earnest this kitten is, how confident this kitten is that it can jump up to the top of a cabinet. God.
Have that confidence. Here it goes. I'm going to make it. I'm almost there. Everybody should have that kind of confidence today. Go out and seize the day, you guys, like that kitten.
You just try your best.
You do
every
it.
Time.
You give it that kitten try. You just go out there and do it like that kitten.
Oh my God, I love that kitten. Okay, so the hairless cat, the reason that I'm convinced they want to take over the world, they know how to use phones, you guys.
What?
They know how to scroll phone screens. Look at this.
Oh my God.
No.
No. Satan's army, you guys. Satan's army. Not okay.
Not okay. The
None of
only
it's okay.
one that's okay is Nudicrous. That is the only hairless cat that is allowed.
Yeah. He's like an informant. Okay. He's like an informant. He's telling us about Satan's army.
Okay, two more dogs, and then we're out of here. This dog, I don't know why he thinks that either of them will be comfortable, but this is a dog trying to get cozied up.
I'm just going to scooch in right here if you don't mind.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to need to sit on your actual head.
So cute and floppy.
So floppy. Okay, last one. There is a dog named Toot Toot that has an account on TikTok. And this dog loves cuddling like so much. Now, I don't know why they've dyed his hair purple. I don't know. Okay, I can't answer that question. All I can tell you is that this dog loves cuddling. Look.
Oh, God. Okay. I give up. I surrender.
Oh,
so sweet.
I
trying
mean,
to get some work
look.
He is so cuddly.
Isn't that the sweetest?
He is very, very sweet.
Oh, just so
I'm not sure
cuddly
about
and
the purple
precious. I
ears, though.
love that dog.
I'm not really sure
Anyway,
about the
those are your
purple
talks for
ears.
today.
Yeah, it's very, very sweet. Okay,
Uh-oh,
you guys,
your
we're
sound just
bringing
went off.
What? Mine did?
Is it me? Is it just me? Can people hear you?
Can you guys
Can
hear
anybody
me?
hear her?
Can you guys hear me?
Can you guys hear her? I can't hear her anymore. How are we gonna bring it in if you can't hear you?
You
Is
guys,
it
can
just
you hear me?
Can you guys hear her?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. Maybe
You
it was
can?
me. Yes. And
Okay.
other people can. It must just have been me.
Okay,
That
that's
was
really
so weird.
That was weird. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to bring it in. Everybody bring it in. Cash, come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Bring it in. We're going to bring it in. Say hello. No, show him your big fat head.
Do we get flappies?
Okay. Oh, he flapped over there. Yikes. He flapped right next to me. You guys have a great Thursday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.